Faith Church, hope you're well. Um, we we take a lot of things for granted in life. I suppose I shouldn't say we. I take a lot of things for granted in life, and I suspect you're like me. And one of the things I think we take for granted a lot is water. Um, we think a lot more about water these days. It was so fantastic this last week to have some rain, like real rain that came and nourished our earth. And I think we are becoming, as Californians, more appreciative of our dependence upon this gift. Um, as much as we struggle with water to water our lawns and our crops in this part of the world, I think we're still, for the most part, people who've never, I'll speak for me again, never one day in my life have I wondered where I would get clean water to drink. It's never even given a thought to that. There's always water available to us, just right out of the tap. We just have all that we want, and that's just, it's a gift for us. Some of us, are going to be running in a week or so, next weekend, with Team World Vision to raise money for people in the world who don't have clean water, who have to walk all day sometimes just to get dirty water to drink. And I'm trying to become a person who's more grateful. A friend of mine a couple years ago told me that he gets up every morning and the first thing he does is drink a bottle of water before he drinks anything else. No coffee, no tea, no food, just puts water in his body. And maybe because I'm getting older, I have noticed that when I drink a lot more, when I put water in my body, it does good things for me. Water is such a gift. It's not surprising then that the scriptures are full of references to water as an analogy, as an image for the spiritual life. A lot of times when God speaks about his promises being fulfilled, he speaks in terms of water, like coming like pools of water to nourish a dry ground. These are images we see often through particularly the Old Testament and the Psalms and Isaiah. We'll look at a passage from Isaiah 35 this Sunday that is just beautiful imagery of God bringing water and fountains and pools to a thirsty land, symbolizing our world and the way he comes to nourish and to provide what is needed. I bring all this up because Sunday we're also going to look at this encounter that Jesus has with a Samaritan woman next to a well in Samaria. It's a famous story, and many of you know it well. It's in John chapter 4, and it's a story about, I think, about thirst. This woman is obviously coming to the well because she needs water to drink, but she comes at a very odd time of day. And she comes from a very unique set of circumstances. And the conversations he has with Jesus, some of this comes out. And what's revealed in that conversation is that she's thirsty for more than just water. And Jesus gives her this incredible promise. He says, I can give you living water. And if you drink this living water, you'll never thirst again, ever. It's an incredible promise that she can't even begin to wrap her mind around, at least at first. And we're going to look at this story, and it's one of the, I think, the most beautiful stories, encounters that Jesus has with anybody in the Gospels. And like all the encounters we're looking at this fall that people have with Jesus, it's really our story. Our job Sunday, as we reflect on this, is to find ourselves in the story of this, what I call a thirsty woman, and the way Jesus promises and eventually does quench her, not just her physical thirst, but a deeper thirst in her soul. Would really encourage you before Sunday to read again through the story of this woman and her encounter with Jesus in John chapter 4, and then come Sunday and let's reflect together and think about what this is speaking to us. This is a great gift, and let's not take it for granted today, and let's let this teach us, our own physical thirst, teach us something about the spiritual thirst that Jesus comes to satisfy in all of us. Wherever you are today, I pray that you would know and sense the love of God as your Father in heaven, and the grace of Christ, his Son, towards you, and the presence, the fellowship of God through the Spirit. Peace.